body chasing the truth.
Just when you thought Andrew and Tristan Tate's ego couldn't get any bigger, leave it to Rogan and Brian Schaub to comment on the Tates and do absolutely no research regarding their case. There's a 700-page indictment with evidence to back up the human trafficking allegations against the Tates. So let's watch the video.
And again, making very, very valid points about the censorship and the fucking garbage that's going on in the world today and how this eventually has to stop.
Somebody likes you there because at least you're not Andrew Tate. Like they seize his assets. They seize his.
Leave it to Schaub to start the show off. He has no clue what he's talking about. The Tates got their assets taken because the assets were gained during criminal activity. So there's a 700-page indictment of the Tates promising young women marriage. They get them to Romania. They restrict their movements. They isolate them from their family. And then they put them on webcam for profit. It's called sex trafficking. And if Rogan and Schaub did any research, they wouldn't even address this because they both have daughters.
Well, because he was saying things about women that he was saying that, like, what did he say that specifically got them triggered? Because
well,
he was basically saying misogyny. Look, he plays, part of it is like a character, and part of it he's a legit world champion kickboxer who's a hard man.
So I was telling these guys.
Who doesn't buy any pussy bullshit. And that's what's resonating with young.
Got bad news for you, Rogan. Real men don't sex traffic women for profit. And his whole kickboxing record in a league, Andrew Tate's kickboxing record, in a league that nobody's ever heard of, wasn't Pride, wasn't UFC, wasn't K1. So, of course, these guys, you know, and look at Schaub, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Are you guys, like, afraid to run into the Tates? And then you don't want to stand behind your words? Because if you did any research whatsoever, you wouldn't be saying this.
Young people.
And he's also pro-Trump.
The worry is that he is going to, the kids are going to listen to him because he's big on TikTok. My 12-year-old and my 14-year-old asked me about Andrew Tate.
And
my 14-year-old asked me, I said he's a legit world champion kickboxer.
Okay, what's that got to do with anything, Rogan?
They said he says a lot of funny stuff on Twitter and TikTok. It's the TikTok.
Like he's a world champion. Like that's so what, Joe? That doesn't make him because he's a kickboxer. They don't commit crime? Like, you make no sense. Joe, you're like a little kid in a candy store. He's a kickboxer. Okay, great.
Thing, because the TikTok algorithm, he did something where he started something where you, like, join his group.
Yes.
And then you're supposed to, like, post stuff.
It's brilliant. That's how he gets followers.
It's brilliant, Schaub. It was a Ponzi scheme removed by Apple and Google targeting teenage kids. Yeah, it's brilliant. You guys are clueless. Whoever did the research on the Tate, first of all, you didn't do any research on the Tates. You didn't look at the evidence. You didn't look at the court transcripts. I know that for a fact.
But also gives you a page.
He blew up.
Yes. He blew up because he's a brilliant man.
Yeah.
My thing is with the left.
Got news for you, Schaub. Brilliant men don't talk on the phone about the crimes they've committed. And Andrew Tate is in prison talking on the prison cell phone, telling the girls that he sex trafficked, what to say, what to wear, how to look, make videos saying that he's innocent. They don't talk about the crimes they committed. There's war room chats in the war room that were intercepted by the police of Andrew Tate himself manipulating a girl, taking away her restricting her movements, and sex trafficking her. And then Tristan Tate is in the same message and saying how he's going to work these bees 12 hours a day and take all their money and not give them the passcodes to see how much money they're making. But yeah, he's brilliant, Schaub.
Want to cancel him and, take him away. And they're like, we shouldn't look up to that. Okay, then who should we look up to? Joe Biden. Who do you want to fill in for that?
But also, it's not their job to just say, hey, this guy's a danger to young men. What are you talking about? Like, a lot of times he was talking about how he says, become a high-value person, man or woman. And don't fuck with people who are low quality.
He fucked up with the misogynist stuff.
Yes.
Because if he didn't do that, if he just did the pro-male stuff,
he'd been all right.
And pro-accountability and pro-discipline stuff, and he has this post. He goes, the way I think in the morning, how I feel, has no bearing on what I do. He goes, I do everything I'm supposed to do. He goes, I get up. He goes, if I don't feel good, I still work out.
Of course.
He goes, I still work. I still go. I do everything I'm supposed to do because that's how you get ahead in this life. If you just concentrate entirely on your feelings, feelings, you're never going to fucking get anywhere.
Correct.
And that's true. And that's a good lesson for people to learn. The problem is the other shit. There's a video of him. I don't know.
The problem is the other shit. Hey, Joe, the other shit is sex trafficking. The other shit is the lover boy method, the Tates promising these girls marriage and then don't want anything to do with them whatsoever other than to get them on webcam and sex traffic them. That's the other stuff, Joe. Maybe if you guys did some research, what? Because bad people can't say good things once in a while. Oh, he's giving motivational quotes. Meanwhile, you better lock the doors and don't leave your teenage daughter around because they might get human trafficked.
What the context of the video is, he's like
hitting that girl?
No,
Yeah.
that was consensual. And by the way,
What was it?
she came out and said they were both into this role-playing shit. So
This guy's such a tool bag. If you look at the video, I'm going to put the video in the link. I'm going to put the video on here. And it wasn't role-playing. She was told what to say. Her name is Vivian. This guy's the ultimate tool bag, so you can't listen to anything he says. And it was roleplay. He did no research on this whatsoever other than listen to what comes out of the Tate's mouth.
both of them, she came out and she was like, that's what we're into.
Out of context, though, I'll be honest. Me and Bert Kreischer were doing a campaign.
I didn't see it.
And it just came out, and me and Bert watched.
Wait, he just got done saying he didn't see the video. So if you didn't see the video, how would you know that it's roleplay? But when you got a bunch of guys in here, you know, they always talk about simps and don't be a simp. Well, all three of these dudes are simping for the Tates without even looking at the evidence.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what's he doing? We didn't have context. I'm like, that ain't good, man. He's fucked. But then once you realize she comes out and she's like, no, hold on. That's what we're into. That we both agreed.
Schaub, you're such an idiot. If you did any research on this, she was forced to make that video. And it's the same girl that he called from prison telling her to make videos that he's innocent, what to say, what to wear. That girl, her name is Vivian. She's been going out with Andrew Tate since she's 15 years old, an underage girl that Tate sex trafficked and had sexual relationships with. You know nothing, Schaub. You did no research.
To that,
Yes.
it's like, well, to each their own. If
Right.
that's what you want to do.
Right.
I
Now,
don't agree
why
with
is
it.
that bad? But there's all these videos that I've laughed my ass off at dudes ball gagged, like CEOs
I've not seen that.
tied behind their back,
Or getting their nuts,
kicked.
their nuts kicked. Yeah, that's okay.
That's
Wow.
somehow or another
Nobody
okay.
looks at the
But it's
facts
because the
anymore.
guy is the powerful one.
Correct.
And the guy has allowed the woman to do that to him.
Yep.
Whereas the woman just seems like she's getting
She has
beaten
no
up.
choice. Yeah.
I think all you guys hate women because none of you guys got women till you were millionaires. Rogan was a virgin his whole life till he got on TV. That was his main motivation. I think all these dudes hate women because they literally could not get a girl until they made a podcast or became multimillionaires. Because if you did any research to what the Tates actually are, you wouldn't even talk about the Tates. You know, you claim to be high value, right, Rogan? The Tates are complete scum, you know what. They're pieces of garbage. There's nothing worse on the planet than a pimp and a pedophile, and that's what the Tates are. They're human traffickers, they're pimps, they're pedophiles, and they're garbage human beings.
Yeah. But she said she had a choice, apparently you're saying.
Shout out to Joe Rogan and his boys.
Yeah, so I'm really, really glad that the other people on the show let Joe know that it was completely consensual. Because that's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
understand.
okay,
If something's
Andrew.
taken out of context, it can be misinterpreted. That's what I said in my final message. Things are taken out of context and can be absolutely and utterly misinterpreted. And that's
Right.
why they tried to silence.
Was it misinterpreted that you met her when she was 15, you were having sex with an underage girl? Is it misinterpreted, the 700-page indictment of you and Tristan planning out how you're going to sex traffic these girls and not pay them the wages that they deserve and keeping more than 60% of the money? Was it? It's all a lie, right? Right, Andrew and Tristan, it's all a lie. When you told them to fill out the income tax forms and you just throw them in the garbage so you could keep a bigger percentage, all lies, right, Andrew?
Silence me because I was fixing all of the narratives they were trying to paint about me. So they tried to silence me, but they have failed. But
Right.
I think Joe and I, at some point in the future, are going to have a nice long conversation. I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very interesting time.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. It's probably the only thing I'd bother traveling to America for. So I look forward to getting in touch with Joe again. We were talking on Instagram before my Instagram got taken down, but I have other routes to get through to him and talk to Joe. So I'm really excited.
Rogan doesn't need you. You need Rogan, just like how you used the two young kids, the streamers, Aiden and the other kid. When you came out of jail, you needed views, you need to pay lawyer bills. It didn't work out, so now all you do is rip them. Rogan doesn't need you guys. Rogan doesn't need to associate with human traffickers, pimps, and pedophiles. He doesn't need you to.
To get in touch with him once again.
Warning. You are not stupid. You are lazy, you're entitled, you're arrogant, but you're not actually stupid. I could take you from your little pathetic life and put you down in a chair and make you do the things you're supposed to do, and you could achieve. Last year, during these exact days, you did nothing. New Year's Eve came, you made yourself all these promises, and a week later, you were still a fuck up. Here we are, 1 year later, you are still a nobody. The days when losers rest, winners are gonna begin to work. You have absolutely nothing else to do. You may as well get a head start so 2024 allows you to live a life worth living so you don't stay a peasant and a peon any longer.
Right now I'm currently 2K to 2.5 to 3.
This is the delusional Tate, right? All of his money that he made, the majority of it was off the webcam business, so off the backs of naive girls that didn't know any better. And now he runs a Ponzi scheme directed at teenagers, and he's just acting like he's Floyd Mayweather, or he's accomplished. How come he doesn't use the things that he shows you to become rich? No. None of you will ever become millionaires using what the Tates show you. Ever. The only reason why the Tates are rich is because people are naive enough to give them their hard-earned money. The Tates are complete garbage human beings.